Joining me in studio is the executive editor of Puget Sound Consumers Checkbook, Kevin Brasler. Thanks so much for coming on.
Hey, good to see you.
So recently you published a piece that kind of broke down the best rates for rooms. So tell us what you discovered about these bargains.
Yeah, well, we had 75 stays, and we searched for each of those stays 25 major hotel booking websites, travel booking websites, including the hotels themselves, and found that for the most part, you know, these 2,000 searches we did was a waste of time. That for a specific property, a specific hotel and location, and specific dates, no matter how much we shopped, all these websites and the hotels themselves spit out the same rates over and over again. And the reason for that is that they've all struck agreements with one another in the hotel chains to offer the same price across all the different booking platforms. So to get a low rate, to beat that system, you have to do something else. You have to either book a refundable room rate, which we found saved us about 8%. A lot of these websites, you can log in to unlock lower rates. When we did that, we usually saved about 8 to 10% if we saved anything. But for the most part, we found that, you know, shopping till we drop, doing all this work, was a waste of time. That the real way to save a lot of money, especially when booking hotels, but really any type of travel, is to be flexible. If you can you know, change the dates of your stay, make sure you include other properties. Don't get locked into one specific company or property or even dates. The more flexibility you have, the more options you'll have, and the more you can save.
Okay, so does that look like kind of just booking the trip for the best deal you can find and then going back and rearranging your schedule?
Well, I think these days it does make sense to look at, if you're flying, to look at airfare first, because right now that's probably the most expensive component of your trip. A few summers ago, it was look at rental car rates first, because those were the most expensive parts of your trip. But right now, I think it makes sense to, you know, be flexible even in your destination. If you can find a low fare to somewhere as opposed to your first, you know, priority, then you're probably better off doing that. But for hotels especially, there's so many properties in most locations. Shop around, make sure you don't get locked into one property. A lot of people, you know, they have points or whatever, and I understand that, you know, people think these things are valuable, but, you know, realize that most points, frequent flyer miles, hotel programs, it's really effectively a 1 to 5% rebate. So if you can save $250 a night by booking at a hotel around the corner that has similar amenities and gets, you know, similar, or if not better, guest reviews, then do so.
Okay, tell us what you found about hidden fees when it came to this research.
Yeah, this continues to be a scourge across all travel, really. That the price you see is never the price you pay. You have to pay to have your bags handled, you have to pay for seat assignments. And with hotels, it's particularly bad. A lot of hotels in major vacation destinations are still charging these facility or resort fees that can add up to, in some cases, $40 to $50 a night, and they're not disclosed up front. So you're booking, the hotel website or the booking website says the room's $200 a night, but actually, no, when you check out, you're paying close to $400 a night because of booking fees and facility fees and taxes. And we've said for a long time that these fees should be well disclosed. They should be baked into the prices per room night, really, is what I think. And the reason the companies are doing this is because it works. It gets people hooked, and they think they're getting a lower rate, and it makes it more difficult to comparison shop. And these hotels are taxed differently. Those hidden fees are usually not, you know, subject to the per night tax rates that most local municipalities charge.
All right, so in our last 10 seconds, if somebody is looking for a bargain really quickly, what should they do?
I still think it's worth shopping around. Even though I just said, you know, we did all this shopping around, it was a waste of time. We did find that at least including 4 or 5 different websites in our search would sometimes uncover, not a mistake fee, but just for some reason a lower rate that we could lock in. But I think really flexibility is key. The more flexibility you could have on when you're traveling and where you're going and where you're staying, that will really enable you to find good deals.
Okay, executive editor of Puget Sound's Consumer Checkbook, Kevin Brasler, thank you so much for coming on.